Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. A spot in the Little League Softball World Series is on the line tonight in Waco, Texas. The championship game of the Southwest Regional features two Little Leagues that have made the trip before. Greater Helotes, repping Texas West, and East Bank from Louisiana. With Amanda Scarborough, I'm Mo Galindo. Hello and welcome to Waco, Texas. Let's begin with how we arrived at this game becoming the championship game. Recently, Little League received multiple protests about the eligibility of players on the Oklahoma team's roster. After Little League received and reviewed additional information yesterday, they ruled that multiple players on the Oklahoma roster are indeed ineligible, and that team has to stop playing in the postseason tournament. That makes this a championship game. Texas West, Louisiana. This is a huge game for these girls.
It means that the winner of this game is headed to Greenville to the Little League Softball World Series, which is every Little Leaguer's dream to get there. So between Greater Helotes and East Bank Little League, they'll be fighting for a spot. But it was 10 years ago that Greater Helotes brought themselves home a championship trophy from the Little League Softball World Series. This is back when it was played in Portland, Oregon. They beat North Carolina 5-1. Annika Laterio was a star in the circle. They're celebrating that with maybe another trip to get a chance to go to Greenville this
and
time.
Laterio now coaches a lot of the girls on this Greater Helotes team privately and spoke to the team before they made the trip here to Waco. And you know, this is a powerhouse region. It has a great history sending teams to the Little League Softball World Series and winning it all.
Yeah, very strong teams come out of this regional, a ton of histories, a lot of trophies from the winner of this regional.
So here is what is on the line. A win and you go to Greenville, North Carolina, and the summer extends. If you lose this game, it's backpacks and binders, back to school shopping. First pitch here in steamy Waco, Texas, coming up on ESPN. Who wants to keep playing, Greater Helotes or East Bank?
A summer of softball continues.
You can smile, it's okay, we are too.
Playing for each other.
What a slide getting under the tag.
Playing for their hometown.
Catch made on the run. Defense on display. Wow.
Every game, a chance to advance.
Smoke softball up the middle. Wins it on a walk-off in the ninth.
An experience they'll never forget.
To left field, and it's gone. Swing and a miss to end this one.
Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals.
And these girls can play the game. Think back a year ago at the Southwest Regional here in Waco. We had one home run, and it was an inside the park home run. Already 4 this year, and they're all over the fence home runs. With Amanda, I'm Lowell. Welcome back. Amanda, you were a great two-way star in your playing days. Were you great enough, though, the people referred to you as the Amanda Scarborough? Because that is exactly what people do to the Avery Cox for Greater Helotes Little League.
Well, and rightfully so. With the way that she's pitching, almost 30 strikeouts in the circle, and she has hit 3 home runs. She is such a strong player. I love the velocity that she brings and the way that she moves the ball up in the zone. But I have never seen a pitcher do this here, a player do this here before. 3 out of the park home runs with a chance for more today in the championship game. Avery Cox, 3 home runs, leads all players in the entire regional field.
That's Jordy Fromm stuff right there. Her favorite player that also is an ace and the leadoff hitter, just like the Avery Cox. Not to be outdone for East Bank Little League, they got Marissa Schubert. She had a huge bomb to straightaway center field in the Louisiana State tournament to help East Bank get here. Yesterday, we saw her do the same thing with a home run to straightaway that she says went even farther.
I'm blown away. We're not just talking about one player hitting out of the park home runs. We're talking about 2, 1 on each team. This is the catcher for Louisiana, Marissa Schubert. She can swing it. She has been so clutch for Louisiana in this regional. There's that out of the park home run to dead center field. But look at the confidence around the bases. Marissa Schubert has done this all summer long. That was not the first time she has hit a long ball out of the park.
The numbers, 3 for 4, home run, double, 3 RBI. Look out for the power bat hitting in the 3 spot of a very good and talented East Bank Little League lineup. The manager for Greater Helotes Little League, Allison Briseño, her daughter, Bailey, will slap in the 5 spot. Briseño in the Athletics Hall of Fame at the University of Incarnate Word, was a standout center fielder and also a former high school softball coach in the San Antonio area. The continuous batting order for Helotes. 13 players on the roster with a continuous order means all 13 players get to hit, 3 substitutions defensively. And it all starts with the Avery Cox. First pitch from Adriana White, and Cox showing bunt, keeping us all on her toes.
You know, I talked to Avery Cox before the game, and she told me, I asked her, what's your mindset when you step into the box? Like, I want to know the mindset of a home run hitter. And you know what she told me, Lowell? Just trying to get on base. And if that, trying to lay down a bunt to lead off this game does not encapsulate that mindset, I don't know what does.
I also love the attitude. Both these teams know how great Avery Cox is. Both these teams were so excited to learn that this would be the championship game as Cox puts a charge into this to left field. And the play is made on the run. Look what Elodie Kreitcher has. A web gem.
Anytime you get Avery Cox out with her goal to be able to get on base, it is a big deal. And Elodie had to run such a long way for that ball from where she started in her position in left field. Great catch. Love the celebration.
Cox put a charge into that one. But Avery saw the East Bank, Louisiana All-Stars before the start of the game, and it was just great to see her walk by and say, good luck, girls, and the sportsmanship and the moment shared between both these teams.
Definitely things we love to see.
Here's Jackie Rubio hitting in the 2 spot, looking at the strike, and it's 1-1.
And how about Adriana White getting the ball for this Louisiana team? They have a lot of confidence in her with her ability to lead them in the circle through the state tournament and throughout this regional. 9 innings pitched. She only gave up 1 hit at the state tournament in the innings that she was able to throw. Also had 7 RBIs, so a pitcher who can swing it right here in the circle too for Louisiana.
The 1-2. And Rubio to the left side. This drops in front of Kreitzer, and it's a knock with 1 out for Jackie Rubio, her second here for Greater Helotes. You see the corn in the stands? The town of Helotes got its name from the Spanish word elote, which means corn. It's a big part of the culture in Helotes, on the north side of San Antonio, and you hear roll corn. That's the rally cry. In the 3 spot, Aubrey Montez. You also saw the gentleman wearing the luchador mask in the stands for Greater Helotes. That's Aubrey's dad, Jesse. Super fan. So probably not a surprise to know that daughter is the biggest prankster on the team. White pulls the string there. There's Jesse.
I don't know how he keeps that mask on his face in this triple-digit heat that we have here in Waco.
The 0-2 from Adriana White. Chopped to third base. Mila Ridley makes the play. Fantastic defense here from East Bank, Louisiana.
I like the way that White throws this drop ball. I had a chance to talk to her before the game about the pitches that she likes to throw. And I said, what's your favorite pitch to throw? And the first pitch that she mentioned was her drop ball. She'll also work in a 2-seam fastball up and in on the hands of a lot of these hitters. Mix in a changeup as well, which is a pitch that you saw there in that at bat. And also a fastball. But she sure does like that drop ball, and it rolls her a lot of ground ball outs.
We have a courtesy runner for the catcher. You can do this with 2 outs. Has to be the last recorded out, so Montez takes the spot of Rubio at second base. Here's Kennedy White. First pitch low and away, ball 1. 60-foot bases in Little League softball, just like college. The main difference, the circle. Pitching from 40 feet away compared to 43 feet away in college. White lifts this one. A long run in center, Lucy Bro. Some elite outfield defense from East Bank Little League. No score as we turn it over to the Louisiana Bats. Of the Little League Softball Southwest Regional here in triple-digit Waco, Texas. Texas West got a hit from Jackie Rubio. No runs to show for it. We go to the bottom of the first, and we get to see the East Bank Little League All-Stars and their lineup. 12-person roster for Scott O'Brien. Their manager does not have a kiddo on the team, but he is a volunteer coach, a local varsity softball coach in the New Orleans area. And this is an ultra-athletic lineup for this squad that stole 6 bases in their opening win against New Mexico.
A lot of balance. Have a little bit of pop with the home run hitter of Schubert, but have that speed, too.
Michaela Bienvenu will lead off, starting shortstop. Sharp-looking baby blue unis for Louisiana. Back in the championship game and facing Avery Cox. That's that elevated heat that we've seen all week long for Avery Cox. She has started in the circle every game for Greater Helotes. Voted by her teammates the most likely to go pro.
No surprise there. They have a shot at one day playing in the AUSL.
Amanda throws right now between 63 and 65. What is that like when it's coming from 40 feet away?
It feels like it gets on you in a hurry, that you have to start your swing. When she even starts to go into her windup, you have to start your load. It's a lot of velocity for this age. And her go-to pitch is going to be her curveball, so she throws a lot outside to the right-handed hitters. Also working a screw and a rise ball. She wants these hitters to chase up in the zone and expand their zone.
Bienvenue ahead 2-1 and fouls that one back. What's the approach going to be for these East Bank hitters?
When we talked to Scott O'Brien, their manager, he wants them to attack and take away the outside pitch from Avery Cox. So they're talking about toes on the line, thinking about throwing their hands to second base if they're right-handed hitters. They are looking for that curveball from Cox.
The 2-2 and a good fight by Bienvenue.
I think you see her placement in the box. They say toes on the line. Bienvenue setting the tone. That's what a leadoff hitter does, is gonna try to pass it back to everybody else, but show everybody else this is the game plan. This is what we talked about pregame, and I'm gonna execute it. Everybody follow my lead. You can see her toes right on the line.
Here you go. Get it. Get it.
Words of wisdom from Scott O'Brien, 60 feet away over there on third base. Got the coaches mic'd up. He's used to coaching in big games and is treating this like as big of a game as he could coach in on the high school level. East Bank Little League had lost the previous 2 Louisiana State titles to Sterlington Little League, who made it all the way to the championship game a year ago. So Louisiana very much feels like they got over the hump just to get here.
This is an awesome at-bat, Lowell, to start this game. I mean, this is everything you could have wanted off of a power pitcher like Avery Cox. Bienvenue just not looking intimidated. It's really easy as a hitter to go up against somebody like Avery Cox, who is so dominant and overpowering, and be a little bit nervous when you get into the box. But Bienvenue right now setting the tone with confidence for the rest of her teammates.
8th pitch of the at-bat, and that is up. Got a little piece of our home plate umpire. All volunteers, by the way, and they've done a tremendous job all week long with the calls and battling the heat as well. Avery Cox on the left, considered one of the best players nationally for her age. Fastball reaching 65, and that is up, and that is the pitch that Cox was able to get batters previously to chase. Bienvenue aboard safely with the leadoff walk.
Well, that's just called doing your homework, seeing how she's throwing your team, seeing how she's throwing the other teams, and understanding what you want to do against her in this game.
Adriana White, a.k.a. Tootie, hitting in the 2 spot. We asked her how she got the nickname Tootie. We thought maybe there would be a more on-air appropriate story behind it, but we'll tell you anyways. She said as a kid, she tooted a lot, and that nickname stuck. And she is now referred to as Tootie. She likes the nickname as well.
Yeah, she goes by it. And this is what she wants to be called. Like this pitcher-on-pitcher early in the game here between White and Cox. We saw it as Cox being the leadoff hitter, where White had to throw right at her too. These pitchers, big hitters in their lineup too.
Snap throw from Rubio into right field. It gets away from White, but Bienvenue is going to stay put on first base.
How about Cuevas backing up? So often as a right fielder, you think, my catcher's never going to throw it to first base. I'm just not even going to go over there this time. But Cuevas heading that way, moving toward the ball, making sure she's a part of the play in right field in case that happened.
Cox rocks and fires. And popped up right field, and the play is made by Cuevas. You do great things, and the ball finds you. Both these teams have had a long summer of softball to get to this point. League play, selection to the All-Star squad, district play, sectional play, and then once you win your state tournament, you get a spot here in Waco for this Southwest Regional. Morgan Manali hitting in the 3 spot. Another throw by Rubio. not in time.
And I feel like this regional just has so much prestige to it. We talked about the champions that have come from this regional. A lot of people have watched it on TV for a really long time and then watched the World Series. The World Series continues to grow in popularity. And the level of play, it gets better every single year here. I've been calling this regional for a decade, and I'm not exaggerating when I say every year the level of play has increased and grown.
And these teams are community teams in the purest form. They've known each other for a very long time as Cox gets that strikeout, her 29th here in this Southwest Regional.
Up in the zone with that rise ball, we saw Bienvenu take that pitch, and Morgan just cannot take it.
This is what I'm fired up for. Power on power. Avery Cox in the circle, Marissa Schubert, who's been nearly unstoppable on the box, 3 for 4 with a double and a homer. And she looks like she's ready for business.
I think they're doing a good job so far of...
Oh, caught in no man's land, attacked by White. That was very, very close. The throw from Rubio, the tack from Kennedy White.
Okay, Rubio is looking like Reese Atwood back behind the plate right now with the amount of times that she just wants to get in on the action with her arm. Reese Atwood, the catcher for the Texas Longhorns, who won back-to-back national championships.
And this is the first year that Rubio has ever caught. But her coaches tell her, you are the next Reese Atwood.
She's tall, long like Reese Atwood. Love that.
Here's the 1-1 to Schubert. Big cut. Another throwback. And this is some of the chaos that East Bank Little League was able to create against New Mexico in the opener, but we're not able to do in their second game because they could not get enough runners on base.
They want these defenses, or these players, I should say, to make the extra throw, because they know if they're going to make the extra throw, it's an extra opportunity. They might make a mistake.
Strikeout number 30, and the 30th time that Avery Cox has pulled out the sword. No score after 1. The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Great history of teams in the Southwest Regional. Winning it all, the Little League Softball World Series. Greater Helotes did it 10 years ago in 2016. They are in the championship game for the first time since 2019. The All-Stars from East Bank, Louisiana, which is Kenner, New Orleans area, in the championship for the first time since 2022. They won the championship in 2019. It was a banner year for East Bank Little League as the boys won the Little League Baseball World Series title and the girls finished second in the Softball World Series. Here's Bailey Briseño. Her mom's 60 feet away, keeping a watchful eye as the manager and third base coach. And you love her ability as a slap, Amanda.
Oh my gosh, when I was watching your guys' games before I got here, it's one of the things that stuck out to me was just her fundamentally sound footwork through the box. And look, I admittedly was not a slapper, but there was a time when I was about 11 or 12, actually, because I had a little bit of speed, where I took some slapping lessons, kind of slapped in games a little bit too, so I know a little bit about it. But her fundamentals and her footwork are right on.
And that's in and out of the glove in left field. And so Briseño, a tough out, and she's on first with her dad, James. Emily Trevino has been very patient at the plate, has drawn 3 walks thus far in the Southwest Regional. This is game number 4 for Greater Helotes Little League. They have played every day here in Waco. Emily got to make that happen. She met you before the start of this game.
Oh, that was so fun to meet her.
And this is back to the pitcher, and White handles it and gets the runner at first, but job done for Trevino, moving Briseño to second.
See that execution right there, wasting no time by Trevino, who also pitches too.
Here's Peyton Olivares. She's driven in a run here in Waco for Greater Helotes. Big swing and a miss. She says her season highlight was getting a hit off the Avery Cox, but then added that it was in practice and it was just one time.
Hey, you'll take it, right?
And the catch is made at second by Caroline Chrysler. And that was hit on the button by Olivares.
Yeah, really good contact by Olivares. It's just right at the second baseman, Chrysler, who just tracks it in really well. That was well struck off the bat. She handled that well. It was diving down too, handled it well.
And look who is out of the cage that is the dugout. Bailey Cox. That's echoing the words of her manager, Allison Briseño, that says she is a caged animal. This is Avery's little sister, only 11 years old. And she is the life of the party in the dugout, climbs the fence, bear hugs her teammates, and got into one yesterday for a huge RBI double. That's elevated by White, swinging through it, and it's 1-2.
Well, and you know, Bailey pitches like her sister too, so I don't know, maybe I'll see her pitching in this regional one day.
To the left side, and a long throw by Mila Ridley. In time, what a play by Mila at third base. She was a shortstop. They moved her over to third because they wanted more athleticism at the hot corner, and it worked.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Back in Waco, scoreless game as we head to the bottom of the second inning. And, oh, it's a hot one, by the way. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you.
They've done a fantastic job here, Amanda, in regards to the heat. This is the hottest day so far, triple digits, but they've made sure to work in hydration breaks multiple times per game because it is hot. Amelia Donnellan, the leadoff now, the 5-hole hitter for East Bank Little League, wants to be a brain surgeon one day. Taking on Avery Cox and dealing with that heat. So 63, 65 miles per hour from 40 feet away. We crunched some of the numbers. That's the equivalent to about 70 miles per hour from 43 feet, which would be the college distance. That is Tegan Kavan, Najri Kennedy, like velo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're bringing it with some upper level velocity. I mean, even, I think we've gotten so used to seeing 70+ miles an hour, even Carlin Pickens, who throws 75, 76 miles an hour on a regular basis. That 68, 67 even doesn't seem, quote unquote, like that hard anymore, but that's really, really, really top-notch velocity and little reaction time for these hitters. Makes it difficult.
3-1 to Donnellan. That's a tough call on the inner half. Donnellan has to reset. Beautiful left-handed swing from Amelia. And chopped over the head of Cox and into center field. Amelia Donnellan wins that battle.
Wasn't phased by that strike call at all, by the way. That was a hard and inside pitch, and Donnellan just stays in there and is able to drive a pitch that's down the zone into the ground for a leadoff base hit.
And we'll see how aggressive they want to be with Amelia on first base and Lucy Bro up at the plate. Bro shows bunt, and that is just a little outside the chalk.
This would be a good time for Avery Cox to use her rise ball in this bunt situation. Oftentimes, bunt situation comes up, and you have a pitcher who has a rise ball that she's confident in. You like to throw that pitch more up in the zone, trying to get this hitter to pop it up.
And the throw back to first. As Jackie Rubio has been busy. She knew she was going to throw a lot today. She woke up this morning expecting it to be in the circle when it appeared that this would be the semifinal game to get to the championship. Rubio was selected as the starting pitcher for Greater Helotes Little League. But once they arrived here to the field, and 2 hours before the start of this game, they got the news that this would be the championship. The entire team erupted in celebration. They were excited about this moment. But that's when Briseño made the move to go from Rubio to Cox back in the circle. Hard on the right side, and fielded by Briseño to White.
Did a good job of execution there. Hitting the ball to the right side, advancing the runner. So Bro didn't get the bunt down, but she did the exact same job by advancing Donnellan to second base.
How important is it to just avoid strikeouts against an arm like Cox?
Yeah, it's huge. And you saw Donnellan avoid a strikeout and the leadoff at bat that she had, and Bro doing the same thing. I mean, I know that's just the first inning, but when you watch a lot of these games, I really like the at-bats that Louisiana is having off of Avery Cox to start out this game. It bodes well for them to get the second time through the order and maybe build on those ABs.
Here's Caroline Chrysler. Huge opportunity for her, and that is away. Not willing to chase that one. Big cat.
The height of that curveball that Cox is throwing right there. A little bit off the plate, gets a swing and miss, but the height of that pitch. She can move that pitch up a little bit too in the zone because she likes to throw her rise ball, so sometimes she'll get underneath it, but painting the corner with that curveball to quickly get into a pitcher's count.
And there's a strikeout. Number 3 for the Avery Cox.
So being able to locate that curveball at different heights, Avery Cox is doing it. So curveball at the knees for the swing and miss. And now it looks like maybe a rise ball outside, but has a little bit of curve to it as well for her 3rd strikeout of the game.
And this sword quickly becoming the signature move. Here's Gabriela Alvendia. It has the strength to pull back on that. Abby wants to meet Jenny Finch one day. Bringing up some great softball names today. She's one of the youngest players on this team. G-Money, as they call her. Only 11 years old. So she looks like she's going to be a fixture for this East Bank Little League All-Star squad in years to come. Nice swing, but Cox blows it by, 2-1.
This is why the game plan from their manager at Louisiana, Scott O'Brien, was to try to take away that outside pitch of Avery Cox, but it is breaking good today.
And hit just foul as White tried to range over to get a mid on it. That was almost the hit that East Bank needed.
And Avery Cox isn't going to change speeds a ton. That's one part of her game that I know that she wants to grow in. And even I had a chance to talk to her before the game and said, do you have any questions for me? And one of the questions was all about a changeup, trying to just get some specifics and details about how I threw mine and any helpful advice.
Chopped to second base. Briseño records the 3rd out. So back-to-back innings, Louisiana gets the leadoff on, but no runs on the board. Championship game here in Waco, and a good one.
Welcome to the Little League Softball World Series.
This is as big as the event has ever been.
12 strikeouts tonight.
Find the glove!
It is out of here! The competition has definitely elevated.
The best is yet to come.
Looking forward to that. Get things started early August in Greenville, North Carolina for the Little League Softball World Series. And we are going to send a team to Greenville. Winner of this one, the championship, and the Southwest Regional will go. We are in the middle of our hydration break, and here is why. It's 105, the hottest day since this regional started. That feels like because the humidity is 114, but for that little dude, tarp is off. He don't care. He's got some shade, of course, and he's cheering on his big sis, hoping that she gets that trip to Greenville.
Well, and the wind is 2 miles an hour, maybe. I was down there on the field before the game, and I did not even feel 1 mile an hour of wind. It's just barely moving that flag. It is steamy down there for sure.
Got to make sure you get your spot. You know, some parents prefer to be right in the middle of the action. Then there's The parents that have a little bit more nervous energy and they got to find their way to the outfield or down the lines. You need to be strategic about where you set up for these games.
There's a lot that goes into a parent's seat about where they want to sit and why they want to sit there.
Well, you can find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use the hashtag LLWS. Lindley Reen, this girl can absolutely fly. She's played a mean shortstop for Greater Helotes and looking for her first knock here in Waco. That is high from Adriana Tootie White, turning into a good pitcher's duel.
White throws with really good velocity as well. I mean, we have two pitchers who are very talented, strong. You can just tell, though, that they spend a lot of time at their craft. White actually learned to pitch off of YouTube videos. And actually, Avery Cox on the other side was really similar. Works a lot with her dad, just watched online videos and put in the work and effort to get to where they are today. Just figuring out things on their own.
Finds the zone there, so now 3-1 to Lindley Reen. Where's number 24? Because she was born on Christmas Eve. Now it's a full count. And take a look at the hair. That's the same hairstyle as yesterday, because that's a superstition for Lindley. If they keep winning, the hairstyle has to stay the same.
Yeah, obviously, that's going to be the right choice. I mean, I wasn't like very superstitious, but that's definitely something that would be up my alley. If we won with a certain hairstyle, I'm gonna stick with it.
Full count. And a strikeout as Adriana White records her first.
That just looked like a fastball right down the heart of the plate with good velocity. Reen looked a little bit unsure if she wanted to swing or not, more of a slap that she's trying to hit to the left side. First strikeout of the day for Tootie.
It's going to bring up Zoe Cavazos. I've learned one thing about Zoe, and the music that is played in her house and in her earbuds is loud. Favorite band is Deftones. That's going hard. Back into the glove of White, 2 down. White has really settled in, looking like the ace that we saw in the opener against New Mexico when she went 5 innings, struck out 8 and allowed 2 hits. Esmeralda Cuevas up with 2 outs. Well, we saw the favorite book and movie, Hunger Games. That's probably why she was voted by her teammates the most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse. Along the same lines, survival being the key.
I always like to see who the players are going to vote for that. Is it an award? What are we calling this?
Yeah, it's an award. Roll corn, rolled to third. Ridley recovers in time. That's how you keep your composure.
You're going to make mistakes. Sometimes you might kick the ball around a little bit on the infield, but you stick with it and you pick it up with your bare hand to make a throw across the diamond. Ridley with the last out.
My favorite part is how the girls are all coming together. We're all having fun. We're not focusing on the past or on the lost game. We are focusing on what we can do right now, not based on what anyone else can do. No matter the Blues calls or any of that, we're having fun as a team. No one's getting down on each other. We're all cheering each other up, having fun in the dugout.
So I love talking to Avery Cox before the game, and one of the things that she just said right away is do you have any advice for me? And I looked at her and I was like, my advice is that when you are asking somebody for advice, I want you to be really specific and think about something that you need to work on, something that is very detailed that you know that you could apply to your game. Because advice, I said, is it swimming advice? Is it volleyball advice? Like, be specific. And you know what she did, Lowell? Like, because she is so well-spoken and such a leader, immediately asked me 3 to 4 more specific questions to be able to learn something new. So I just loved the way that she reacted and led even in that conversation.
That's strikeout number 4 for Avery Cox. Her coaches rave about her softball IQ. And from what you're saying, there's a lot of emotional intelligence in her as well.
Yeah, quickly being able to ask something specific. So she said, what do you think about when you're behind in the count? And then also some change-up specific questions. And I was asking her questions about her hitting mindset too. I just really loved my chat with her. Very mature.
Here's Mila Ridley. She's been awesome over at third base. A couple of fantastic defensive stops. Trying to get it going offensively. First time this game that East Bank has not got their leadoff aboard. We play 6-inning games here in Little League softball. No score on the bottom of the third. Winner to Greenville and the Little League Softball World Series. Now we saw right there Jackie Rubio taking a little bit longer to look at the call sheet on her wristband. This has been one of the adjustments with this being her first year catching, that it gets to the point where if it's taking too long, Avery will just tell her, will yell at her, this is the pitch. That ball is smoked to center field by Mila Ridley. She was all over that pitch, having a game, girl.
These Louisiana hitters are figuring out the timing against Cox. This is a pitch a little bit too sweet for a pitcher's count. She was working from ahead in a 1-2 count, and Ridley is on time with 2 strikes to find a way on.
They call her the energy bug, and a lot of energy over on first. So here's the number 11 hitter on the lineup, Riley Blamfin. Every player on the roster hits in Little League. I'm with Riley. Give me crawfish anytime. That's the Louisiana way. Fouled out of play left side by Coach O'Brien.
I like the gumbo.
Gumbo with crawfish.
Take it.
Now we're talking.
It's a win.
Riley's favorite actor is Ralph Macchio. Isn't that the dude from Karate Kid? Like when we were growing up?
Is it?
That's Ralph Macchio, right? Cobra Kai?
I think you might be
Karate
right.
Kid?
I'm very
I mean,
impressed by you.
Can we get confirmation on that? Stolen base attempt, and there's the energy bug. Ridley with the first stolen base since the opener for East Bank when they stole 6.
I was going to say, we know Louisiana has some speed, using it against Rubio to put herself in scoring position.
Confirmed with Macchio, by the way.
Everybody was on pins and needles waiting for the answer at home, I'm sure.
Everybody my age was like, how do you not know that instantly? I wasn't expecting it from a 13-year-old. Huge pitch here from Avery Cox to Riley Blamfin. And a low strike. An almost sheepish sword there from Avery Cox, her second strikeout of the inning.
It is going down the zone, and this, it looks like a curveball has a little bit of down spin to it. It had some drop. I really like the way that she can manipulate that curveball, make it go a little up, make it go a little bit down.
Here's Helotes Kreitzer. trying to see it as long as she can. Helotes, 12 years old, loves playing wiffle ball. And slap foul left side.
Leave it over there. Leave it over there.
Her special talent is guessing accurate wait times on Disney World rides.
Wow, that is so specific.
That's a valuable talent to have.
Go get her now, Cox. Let's go, COX.
Right.
0-2 with a runner on second, no score in the Southwest Regional Championship game. In play, Cox has it, fires to first, runner stranded on second. Through three, no score. It's a tight one, the way a championship game should feel.
Matchstick Haley McClaney back in Bristol. That's where Maryland and New York are playing. And Riley Phillips with an RBI triple to get things going.
Yeah, Riley Phillips, a beautiful piece of hitting, putting Delmar, Maryland up by 2.
Lowell?
Matt, thank you so much. No score in the top of the fourth. Pitchers duel between Avery Cox and Adriana White. The winner of this game goes to the Little League Softball World Series. A little unexpected, as both these teams expected to play another game tomorrow, but they found out 2 hours before the start of this game that this was for everything. And both teams smiling ear to ear when they heard the news that this is to send a team to Greenville. Zalia Montemayor, first pitch swinging, back to White, and White in first base, to first base in time for the first out.
Handled that well again. I like the way that these defenders, the ball might be not sticking in their glove right away, but they easily are able to stick with it and stay calm, make a good throw.
Texas West lineup for Greater Helotes Little League has one hit, and it was the second batter of the game, Jackie Rubio. Here's the final spot in the lineup, Blakely Escaleta. Competes in 7 sports. That's basically all of them. And look at the smile on Blakely's face. She knows that was straight up gas, and White blew it by her. But I love to see them having fun in the moment.
And being able to laugh at yourself. And I think too, when you smile after something like that, it just is freeing a little bit. Like instead of dwelling on it and being mad at yourself, just smiling alone makes you feel better. It makes you feel a little bit more joy.
Do you think they're feeling nerves?
Yes, I absolutely think that they're feeling nerves, especially at the beginning of the game. I think it starts to wear off a little bit toward the middle, and then you feel it for sure at the end, trying to get the final out or coming up with a runner at third and a chance to push across the go-ahead run.
And that's through the right side. Now Blakely can really smile. Escaleta with the single, her first hit here in Waco.
Way back. Chased a pitch that was well up and out of the zone and then got a pitch to hit with 2 strikes. Great piece of hitting by Escaleta to find a way on and turn over the order. The home run hitter, Avery Cox.
Excuse me, the Avery Cox. And so here comes Scott O'Brien. That's going to be the assistant coach, Ray Wendo, who is a legend with East Bank Little League.
Yeah, so this East Bank Little League team, they were in Portland at the Little League Softball World Series in 2018 and 2019. Ray had daughters on the team, and I think he was a manager at that point, but still involved in this Little League team and very passionate about giving back. 11 years that he spent in Little League Softball. It was his daughters, Jamie and Allison, that he had a chance to coach in Portland.
The dangerous Avery Cox. 3 home runs already, 1 in each game that Texas West has played. And that gets away from Schubert, and that moves the runner up to scoring position as Escaleta stands on second with 1 out.
Well, and that opens up first base for a potential pitch around to Avery Cox situation. Maybe you were more hesitant before because they had the mindset, we're going to go at Avery Cox, we're going to pitch to her, but now with first base open, we'll see how careful they are with maybe a lot of pitches down in the zone and away from her like that.
She drove one. Look at the left fielder right now.
Say the same thing.
Look at the left fielder, Elodie Kreitzer. She is playing on the warning track. And this, a hard hit ball to second base. Tough play for Chrysler because that was a missile. Moves the runner up to third base, but that is a key out for Adriana White.
Oh, that is big. Advances a runner 60 feet though, so now in this position, a wild pitch, pass ball, an error is able to score that runner from third base. You have more options. Good job of a productive out.
Here's Jackie Rubio. Rubio hit hard, and it gets past Ridley. Ridley to first, not in time, and Greater Helotes Little League strikes first, 1-0. Roll, corn, roll.
And again, that's why that was such a productive out to advance the runner from second to third. Escalera, the number 13 hitter in the lineup, finding a way on, getting over, moving her over, and then getting her in.
And with the way that Avery Cox is pitching, that is an enormous run for Texas West. So Rubio, the catcher. Cox comes in to run, even though she's the pitcher. And you can do this with 2 outs, but it has to be the last recorded out in the lineup.
It's not something that you see very often. The pitcher be a pinch runner or courtesy runner for your catcher, but that's just how athletic Avery Cox is. They want her in on the action as much as possible.
And Cox is off for second base, standing, and what a layup dive by Bienvenu, giving it her all to apply that tag.
I'm squirming up here, the fact that Avery Cox did not slide there for this steal attempt. Sometimes you just don't want to, and you think you can sneak in, but the coach in me is like, you gotta slide there, girl.
Aubrey Montez. And that's up and over Schubert. Cox takes an aggressive turn at third. Two 2-1 to Montez. And this is a ground ball to short. Bienvenu to first. That's the third out, but Texas West gets on the board. A 1-0 lead for the All-Stars from Greater Helotes Little League in this championship game. Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Lola Galindo here with Amanda Scarborough, with you from Waco, Texas. Little League Softball Southwest Regional Championship game. Roll Corn Roll, the Fighting Helotes from Helotes with a 1-0 lead over Louisiana going into the bottom of the fourth. That's Allison Briseño. She was a standout at Marshall High School in San Antonio, Texas, and was a teammate of Amanda Scarborough in the 2004 Texas All-Stars.
What a crazy small world. She told me about this before the game. We played on the same Texas high school all-star game. And so we played together, and I just did not even know. So she ended up playing at Incarnate Word collegiately, got inducted into the Athletics Hall of Fame. She was the first softball player to be inducted in that Hall of Fame.
And was a very successful high school softball coach at Taft in San Antonio, but ultimately decided to give up her coaching responsibilities so she could spend more time with her kids. And Bailey, her daughter, playing second base, and has a younger son as well that is a standout baseball player.
Well, I just like how involved she has been in softball throughout her life. She said that one of the best memories she had as a little leaguer was making it to the state tournament. So she got to play in All-Stars and got to stay in the Baylor dorms. And then she said most of the girls that she played Little League with were also some of her high school and college teammates and some of her best friends. So such great memories that she made playing Little League herself.
See how Louisiana bounces back now at the top of the lineup, and Michaela Bienvenu. It's only a 1-run deficit, but because the pitcher is Avery Cox, regarded as one of the best pitchers for her age in America, finding that 1 run is going to be a challenge. That is lifted right side into the glove of Kennedy White, 1 down.
It's a big out with the at-bat that Bienvenu had in her first at-bat against Avery Cox. And it's always important to get that leadoff out. The leadoff has reached twice in this game against Cox.
It's going to bring up Tootie White, who has been fantastic in the circle for East Bank Little League. Swinging through strike number 1. Considered the leader of this squad. Where's the number 19? Because that's the number her father, Kevin, wore ever since he was a little boy. And Kevin wears that number 19 on a chain to every game, because that's now Adriana's number. Here's the 0-2 from Cox. Strikeout number 6.
That curveball was just doing major curving duties in this at-bat to White. Big time horizontal break, a little bit of upspin as well. That curveball, just her ability to throw it on all different levels away from these right-handed hitters is really something special.
34 strikeouts for Cox now in this Southwest Regional. She has handled every pitch in the circle for Greater Helotes Little League. An epic 13 strikeout, 1 hit, no walk performance that included a home run off her bat in the opening win against Texas East. And 2 quick ones on Morgan Manali.
Well, you can see on that last pitch, she really finishes across her body. So her hand for a curveball will go from her right hip across to her left hip, and she'll finish kind of dramatically to the outside corner like that.
And sword number 7. That's the go-to move for Avery Cox as Greater Helotes closing in on a spot in Greenville. But we ain't done yet. Be sure to catch the AUSL Championship play-in game Thursday at 9 Eastern on ESPN as the Chicago Bandits, led by Skylar Wallace, take on Megan Grant and the Portland Cascade. Also available on the ESPN app. Laura Galindo here with Amanda Scarborough. It's right up your alley, Amanda.
That's right up my alley. I'll be there at Davis Diamond and College Station and there for the finals as well. So just a one-game play-in for the 2 and 3 seed. The 1 seed awaits. They're automatically in the final. Best 2 of 3 series are going to wait to see who they're going to face, the Bandits or the Cascade.
How do you see the explosion of softball at the college and pro level resonating here in this age group?
I think it gives them professionals to look up to. I mean, a lot of them looked up to college athletes, and I think you saw that in a lot of their answers, a lot of college softball players specifically, of course. But I love being able to see on their questionnaires AUSL softball players that they're looking up to, and maybe not putting an MLB player as their favorite athlete, but maybe putting an AUSL softball player, understanding that that is a sustainable professional softball league and just in a really important part in our softball, our sport of softball.
Moments ago, we had the East Bank manager, Scott O'Brien, mic'd up in the dugout.
You can't just go up there and swing the bat. The adjustments are being given to you. You're not applying them. Apply the adjustments and stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get up there and fight. Let's go. Don't drop your hands.
That's one thing that Scott O'Brien told us from the jump, that he coaches these girls hard. He treats them like they are high school players, which he is used to coaching.
Him and Coach Ray Windell, they go way back. They've coached together. We mentioned this a couple of times. No daughters in the team, but just want to be able to give back to this league and coach these young girls and families what they know about the sport.
First pitch, rip to right field, and Kennedy White, they call her Kenny, sleeves rolled up, ready to go to work.
Kennedy White going oppo here and swinging it early in the count. It's a pitch that's up in the zone, and she just handles it so well. Keeps her hands above the ball, finds some grass. Kennedy White getting on for Briseño here.
Third hit for Texas West, and Briseño shows bunt with that slap approach that she only picked up about a year and a half ago. She was hitting from the right side before they made that move.
So I texted Olympian Natasha Watley about her.
Oh, that's a beauty. The throw just in time by Schubert.
There was a tweet that I saw that had an action shot of Briseño, and I was like, Natasha, am I kidding? Like, this slap form just looks perfect to me. I wasn't a slapper like you, but gosh, just look at this. It looks fundamentally sound. And Natasha Watley said back to me, actually beyond perfect. Wow, I did not look like that even as a pro. That is coming from, you talk about the Avery Cox, no, the Natasha Watley, one of the best slappers to ever slap in our game, one of the best players to ever play in our game.
So Bailey Briseño, job well done. That's pretty cool. Clip that moment. So White moves up to second base for Emily Trevino. She had a sack her first time up. As Texas West broke through an inning ago off the bat of Jackie Rubio. 1-run lead with the dominant Avery Cox in the circle. But Adriana Tootie White has battled in the circle for Louisiana. On a hot afternoon here in Waco. 3-0. Nibbles on the edge for the strike. (3-1). That was a nasty pitch by White. Got to retrieve the bat and go back to work. Trevino pops it up to center field. Lucy Bro is there. That keeps White at second base.
I like the fight that you see from Adriana White in this circle. I mean, when we show her, she is so locked in, looking like she's not going to give in, wanting to win this game. She's pitched a heck of a game up to this point, only giving up that 1 run. She always looks determined, like a leader out there for Louisiana.
Big cut on a pitch that is low to Peyton Olivares. I'm there with you, Peyton. Quesadillas all day, every day. And that's going to allow White to move up to third base. What happened there, Amanda?
Just held on to it a little bit too long, maybe trying to make it perfect, but usually want to release it right by your hip. She held on to it a little bit past that. It's time for her to bear down here with the runner at third. This is an important out.
Shades of an inning ago when there was a misplay. And allowed to run the score from third base that moved up on the ball put in play. And that is away from Schubert, and that's going to add another run as White scores 2-0 Greater Helotes Little League.
So what have led to these 2 runs for Texas West is a pass ball, a wild pitch whenever they scored first in the top of the 4th, and then now another wild pitch.
Full count to Peyton Olivares. Blistered to right field, that drops. And Peyton Olivares has her 2nd hit of this Southwest Regional.
Texas West is doing such a good job of using the right side of the field. Oftentimes you see these, everybody wants to step up to the plate,
Scuba,
pull everything. Kennedy White got on with the opposite field single, and so did Olivares.
That's off the plate. Olivares to second base. Bailey Cox, the hitter. Looks up to her big sister, Avery. We've seen a couple of times that Bailey, in celebrating Avery's success, has almost tackled her to the point where you feared for Avery's health. Big hugs around the neck.
You can see this kind of lack of command from White going on right now. I would want to call a timeout, just break things up. Even if I'm Schubert back behind the plate, give her a break, let her catch her breath, as the Cox sisters have just been so good in this regional. But see, actually, White's going to call a timeout herself and bring Schubert out to her. So it wasn't Schubert who called it, no coach. White kind of felt it coming on. Maybe a pitch too late here now in a 3-0 count. Going to have to come from behind, but calling timeout, giving herself a breath.
How good were the catcher conversations when you're like 12 years old?
I'm trying to even think what my catcher was telling me at that age. I don't even know. I think I barely called timeout like White just did on my own. And that tells you that she's a leader, right? It takes a lot of guts. That might seem like something really simple to call timeout and have your catcher come talk to you, but that's something that a leader does. That takes guts to do.
Bailey Cox, oh man. Bailey wanted to bang that over the fence like big sis.
But look at how that timeout has reset her in an important moment.
Out of play. Winner of this game goes to the Little League Softball World Series. This is the dream of a summertime. These girls have put so much work into this. The runner tries to take third base, and Olivares is in there as Cox draws the 2-out walk. And so now Greater Helotes playing the type of game that we saw East Bank play in their opener against New Mexico, finding so many different small ways to beat you. Lindley Reen puts the bunt down, And another tremendous play at third base by Mila Ridley for the third out. Texas West adds another. We go to the bottom of the fifth of this 6-inning game.
Matt Schick, Haley McClenny in the studio. Washington adding to their lead, Haley.
Oh, Jalea Wright just tattoos this ball, goes all the way to the wall, and Washington sitting pretty, up 5-0.
As they win, they'll advance to the Northwest Region Championship. In the Central Region, Chase Bethune and Missouri getting set to take on Kentucky. She has yet to give up an earned run so far. They've won 4 straight elimination games. That's coming up 7:15 p.m.
Here's the story in Waco, Texas. The winner of this game advances to Greenville, North Carolina for the Little League Softball World Series. And then it's back to school shopping for the loser. A dream summer, unfortunately, will come to an end. Texas West from Greater Helotes Little League, north side of San Antonio, Texas. Just a couple hours drive, about 35. Has a 2-0 lead against Louisiana. All-Stars from East Bank, Kenner, Louisiana, on the outskirts of New Orleans. Here's Marissa Schubert. And so much of this is celebrating the time that you have with your kids and the sacrifices that you make for your kiddos. How about the sacrifice that Marissa's dad, Mark, made for her when she showed up to the Louisiana State Tournament, realized that she left all her equipment at home. Her dad, Mark, didn't say a word. Just turned around, drove 4 hours, picked up the gear, got it back in time for the game, and no one knew until now.
That is commitment. It's like forgetting your homework at home on a school day, except that's probably like a 10 or 15-minute drive, not a 2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive back for her dad.
Schubert has been a star here in Waco. Dead red home run to center field. Ball was blasted. 4 home runs in this Waco event. Schubert with 1, Cox who's in the circle with the 3 other.
You know, the awesome part about making it to the Little League Softball World Series is that you not only get to play teams from different parts of the country, right? We're at a regional, everybody's kind of close by, but all the different regions are going to be represented. I always thought it was so cool to play teams from different states whenever I get to play in nationals, but not only teams from different states, you get to play teams from different countries at the Little League Softball World Series, which get to make some new friends, learn some new parts about how they live and their culture. So much fun.
Louisiana has 2 hits off Avery Cox. They were able to get the leadoff hitter on in their first 2 innings, but stringing together success on the bases and in the box, that's been the problem. And Schubert is down on strikes. That's 3 straight now for Avery Cox and 8 in this game. So these are the programs that have punched tickets to Greenville so far. Japan, Puerto Rico, Italy, and the host team, Clayton, North Carolina.
They threw out the first pitch at the AUSL Blaze game in Carolina last night that I was calling between the Blaze and the Spark, the host team, that North Carolina team. So because North Carolina hosts the Little League Softball World Series, their state tournament champion gets an automatic bid to the World Series, and that's that team from Clayton, North Carolina. They threw out the first pitch last night. Their whole team was there.
These girls were so excited when they found out 2 hours before the start of this game that this was a championship and the winner would advance to the Little League Softball World Series. Amelia Donnellan has one of the 2 hits for Louisiana. What do they have to start trying to do against Cox, which is very, very difficult with a pitcher of her magnitude?
Yeah, I liked their at-bats the first time through, really the first and second innings. They weren't chasing as much. I feel like they've gone a little bit more to guessing what's going to come out of her hands. So taking pitches that are good pitches like that, sure, it's a 3-0 count, so you're probably just going to be in full take, but they've just been chasing a lot more out of the zone and looking unsure at the beginning of the game. They looked so sure of their game plan, but they've kind of been abandoning it.
3-1 from Avery Cox. And that is a 1-out walk to Donnellan, who reaches safely for the second time. East Bank wants to be aggressive on the bases, had 6 steals, as we need to get new softballs in play. 6 steals in their opening win against New Mexico. We're not able to swipe it back in game number 2 because weren't really able to get on base. And early in this game, especially when Bienvenu was able to reach to lead off the bottom of the first, it looked like they really want to crank up the aggressiveness. Got a lot of throws down from Jackie Rubio, the catcher for Texas West, but it hasn't been havoc like they like to play.
Well, in this inning, you just get 1 base runner on. You're only down by 2. That's all it takes. A wild pitch here, a productive out here, a sacrifice fly or a hit there. I mean, you can really start to get back into this game. You have 5 more outs to play with, and you got to take advantage of it by putting the ball in play and putting pressure on this defense.
Lucy Bro looking for her first knock today. Avery Cox, if you're just tuning in, throws between 63 and 65. That's basically the D1 average for a softball fastball. And she's humming from 40 feet away. That's the Little League softball distance compared to 43 feet in college. So that is the equivalent of someone in college throwing 70 miles per hour.
Ball gets on you in a hurry. You have to make decisions in a hurry. No changeup that these hitters are having to deal with in this game, so that's an advantage to the hitter because you can just sit on 1 speed.
You know, it's one thing to sit on a pitch. It's entirely different to be able to get the barrel around 65 miles per hour.
You got to start it early. You have to start your load early, get things going early, and just try to meet it and let her provide the power.
And there's a walk, and that is a huge one because it means the tying run is now on first base, and Caroline Chrysler steps in, representing the go-ahead run.
We were just talking about adjustments, though, and what they needed to do, and the thing that I had seen was that they were chasing. Well, how about back-to-back walks and patience at the plate for the middle of the order here for Louisiana?
It's the bottom of the 5th. We play 6-inning games here in Little League Softball. So it is go time for Louisiana.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Give it to me. Not rub it in the dirt. No, ma'am.
Jackie Rubio was trying to get the softball and just rub it in the dirt a little bit.
Which is a normal softball player thing to do, especially a pitcher who turned catcher and Rubio back there behind the plate. She knows that those new softballs are not easy to throw, so they're a little bit slick.
Rubio is an outstanding pitcher as well, but a year ago she started picking up the catcher's gear, the catcher's mitt, understanding that you get at this level and you're playing with Avery Cox, she's probably going to be the ace, so why not be at that ultimate activity position, catcher. To right field, Cuevas. Throw to third, and the lead runner moves up as Donelon takes third base.
It would just be so big if Louisiana could score one right here with an opportunity with multiple runners on base. Now you have one to third base for, I believe, the first time in this game, getting a runner to third base. So now again, like we talked about with Louisiana, you're an arrow away from scoring, pass ball, hit away from scoring, so many different ways once that runner gets to third.
Gabriela Alvendia, the hitter, checked her swing but clearly went strike number 1. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th in the 6th inning game. Little League Softball Southwest Regional Championship game. The 0-1 from Avery Cox. Fouled back.
I like that swing. I feel like she was right on it, just missed it.
G Money is a fantastic baker. Trying to cook up something good here. And we'll do it again, 0-2.
Hey, more. Push.
Not chasing there. Cox has had elite control throughout this entire tournament, has walked 2 this inning. And the runner on first moved up to take second. So tying run in scoring position. In play to shortstop. Reen to first. Not in time. White then drops the ball. And the second run scores. We are tied here in Waco. All-out hustle by East Bank Little League.
How big are those walks, the patience that they had at the plate to get on board? And Green did everything she could to make that long throw, but I think it was just a little bit late. We'll see if maybe they're going to challenge it, because that was such a close play at first base. And with 2 runs at stake, maybe you could get that overturned.
That changes everything as Donelon and Bro came around to score from second and third and tie the game. Let's listen in. Well, right now it looks like we have a potential challenge, and coaches are allowed 2 unsuccessful challenges and 6 innings of regulation play. And if a game goes to extra innings, they get an additional 1, and your regulation challenges do not carry over.
So to me, Lowell, when we look at this, I'm looking to see if the batter runner beat the throw, but then also the first baseman dropped the ball. So did she drop the ball on the throw, or did she drop the ball on the transfer?
Ooh, that
so
looks
to
like
me,
an out.
she looks out. And this is such a big call in this game.
Hello, this is Waco. My name is Jeff.
That looks to me, ball in the back of the glove, foot is not on the base yet, that she should be out. However, she does drop the ball after this. Is it on the transfer, or is it on the catch?
And keep in mind, this is 2 runs that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
If that isn't out at first, neither of those runs counts. And so it would be 2-0 going into the final inning with Texas West leading. So from right there, if White has secured the catch, is that an out?
If I was an umpire looking at this, that is clear and obvious out to me, personally. But man, it is very close. But I have it as an out.
And if we let this roll more, you can see Yeah, it's definitely after the catch is secured when White loses the ball.
Yeah, that's what I think so too.
This is a nerve-wracking moment for both these teams because you're talking about a potential tie game in the 5th inning of a 6-inning game with a trip to the Little League Softball World Series on the line. All of our umpires, volunteers, they've done a tremendous job all week long. That is as bang, bang as it gets. The throw from Lindley Reen to Kennedy White at first base. So if it stands, it is 2-2, and the inning continues with Louisiana with a runner on first to try to add more to take a lead. If it is overturned, the inning is over, and we go to the 6th and final inning in regulation with Texas West holding a 2-0 lead. And then down to assist with the call. This little dude. He's right on top of it.
Wants to hear what they're talking about. Maybe get the scoop first.
Strutting his stuff. Oh, yeah, hit it. Let's go. Oh, he's making the most of his time on ESPN.
I love it.
And we're about to get the call. And it is an out at first base. The call was overturned. Allison Briseño uses that challenge, and we will go to the 6th inning. That erases 2 runs. It's Texas West 2, Louisiana nothing. The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's.
Yeah, there's the Johnston County Little League from Clayton, North Carolina. They'll be the host of the Little League Softball World Series. They're at the AUSL softball game at the Carolina Blaze. Sellout crowd, a lot of pressure to throw that first pitch. That was then with Anna Gold. The Carolina Blaze played their home games at Duke University, which is where Anna Gold played her college career.
What a turn of events in this Southwest Regional Championship game. We will send a team to Greenville to the Little League Softball World Series. And moments ago, it looked like Louisiana had tied the game on a bang-bang play at first base, scoring runs from second and third. The call was challenged, it was overturned, and deemed that Lindley Reen at shortstop did indeed make the throw in time, and Kennedy White held on. So we go to the 6th and final inning with Texas West up 2-0. If you're East Bank, you just went through the ultimate high thinking you had this game tied. Now you're still down 2. And you need plays like that to get you settled by Michaela Bienvenu.
Yeah, playing calm and confident still like Bienvenu. I love her game. Her at-bats have been great. That was just such a smooth way to field that ground ball for the first out after the emotions that you just talked about that her team might be experiencing. She's been a leader for this team.
And that is so tough, making that call, knowing the magnitude of it, but in our estimation, absolutely the right call.
I think so too. I thought she was out. Barely, but I thought she was out.
Esmeralda Cuevas plays the viola. And also swings an excellent bat as well. She's been very patient too with her approach here in Waco. Has drawn a couple of walks. And Adriana White in the circle. It's hot. There's so much on the line. It's a fantastic lineup and team for Greater Helotes, but she has battled. Into the mid. Bienvenu at shortstop for the second out. ESPN's coverage of Major League Baseball returns Wednesday at 8 Eastern as the Tigers travel to Wrigley Field to take on the Cubs. You can also watch the action on the ESPN app. A lot of Astros and Rangers fans on this Greater Helotes Little League squad. North side of San Antonio. Roll corn. Helotes got its name from the Spanish word elote, which means corn, and that crop is still a major part of life in Helotes. We had real actual corn on the dugout earlier in this tournament.
You know, a lot of these girls have played together since they were 9 years old, so they've been very familiar with each other. A lot of times go to school together, but a lot of familiarity.
That corn has a bite in it.
Oh,
Look
boy.
at
Oh, boy.
Waiting forever on that. Ridley is there, fires to first. We play 6 innings in Little League softball. That means it's go time for Louisiana. Down 2 going to the bottom of the 6th.
We are moments away from Kentucky and Missouri for a spot in the regional championship. Hey.
Really excited to get this matchup going. Two teams that are super competitive, and it's all on the line, trying to keep their seasons alive.
It's coming up in 10 minutes, Lowell.
Chick, thank you so much. There's the look at the Central Region bracket. Who wants to take on Indiana in that championship game? This is our championship game. here in the Little League Softball Southwest Regional. Greater Helotes Little League and East Bank Little League. Both of them have won before. Who will go to Greenville in the Little League Softball World Series? We're about to find out. Avery Cox, the Avery Cox, as she is known in softball circles nationally, has been in beast mode.
These last 3 outs are oftentimes the hardest ones to get. And it's not something that I really thought much about when I was Avery Cox's age, but the older you get, I think the more and more you feel it through high school and college and beyond, how tough the last 3 outs can be to get.
McKinley Klein, the batter. Cox is ready to go. Rubio waiting for the sign, and that is fought off to second base, and Briseño records the first out. 2 outs away from a trip to Greenville, North Carolina. But how impressive has Avery Cox been? 8 strikeout performance. She's allowed 2 hits. And even though she's not left the yard with her bat, she has certainly done enough to put Texas West in position to advance. Mila Ridley swinging through the first offering.
Oh, good for her for not carrying over her at-bats to her performance in the circle, being able to separate those 2 things. Sometimes it's not easy to do.
But her ground ball to second base in her second at-bat, that was able to move over a run that would later score on an error, and actually was a pretty critical piece of hitting from Avery Cox.
A productive out that she had despite not leaving the infield.
And a good fight here from Mila Ridley. East Bank Little League lost in back-to-back years to Sterlington and the Louisiana State Championship. They left last year's state championship vowing to come back and win and get to Waco, and they have done just that. To the right side and just past the glove of Kennedy White. Moments ago, it looked like Louisiana had tied the game on a ball that was hit to Reen at shortstop, ruled on the field that the throw was not in time, and runner scored from second and third. Allison Briseño on the left challenged that play, and it was overturned. And Cox puts the sword away again for strikeout number 9.
I love the way that she's just attacking these hitters in this last inning, going with their curveball, moves a little bit down. Strikeout number 9 for Avery Cox in this game.
Riley Blamford, the batter. Greater Helotes Little League trying to go back to the Little League Softball World Series like they did 10 years ago when they won it all. Avery Cox has pitched every pitch in the circle for Greater Helotes Little League and this Southwest Regional. Will this be the play that does it? Reen to first again. And Greater Helotes Little League is going back. Will they return to the great state of Texas like they did in 2016 as Little League Softball World Series champs? And that smile from Allison Briseño says it all.
Just so much fun to see your hard work pay off, the connection that these players have, the hard work from practices to pregame warm-ups to team meetings, just hoping that this would be you. And it is. I mean, there's just nothing like a chance to go play at the Little League Softball World Series.
Great job, girls. Great game. Great game. Great game. Great game. Great game. Great job. Great game. Good job.
And the tears, all very real and very understandable. A great run by East Bank Little League. They thought they had the game tied, a heartbreaking overturned call at first base. but that does not take away from a tremendous run for Louisiana.
Yeah, they have so much to be proud of. They'll look back at this summer despite not making it to the World Series as some of their fondest memories and maybe find a way next year to break through and make it back to the World Series.
A chance from the fans, Greater Helotes Little League, ready to send their girls off to Greenville, North Carolina. Make room for Texas West, the latest team to advance to the Little League Softball World Series. For Amanda Scarborough and our entire crew, I'm Lowell Galindo. So long from Waco. Let's get it out to Matt Schumacher and Monica Abbott in Indiana for more Little League Softball.
Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN.